Hello everyone, my name is Nikki, and if you're a regular viewer of the TVI channel, you will know me as Mrs. TVI. I don't have a car, but I do have a GoPro and an interest in history, architecture, but more specifically, cemeteries. It's time to see where I am and what I'm getting up to in my corner of the TVI channel today. Hello everybody, Mrs. TVI here, bringing you another episode, and today I am on my travels with TVI. We are in Staffordshire, I think. Please tell me this is Staffordshire. Is this Staffordshire, mister?
Sorry?
Is this Staffordshire?
Yes.
Right. We are at the parish church, here he is,
Hi.
of St John in Marchington Woodlands. Right, so TVI has cleared off. He's gone to go and film a village hall. Look at the state of my hair, desperately needs a cut. But I thought I'd get the camera out and just take a look in this churchyard, because I'll be honest with you, this is one of the nicest churchyards I think I've ever come across, ever, bar none. And you'll see why as we go around. First and foremost, this is the sort of internal part of the church's lit gate, and there's a war memorial inside. You can see the poppy wreaths because we've just had the armistice here. Look at that sun coming in. So yeah, so that's the first part of it, but let's take you around this churchyard and have a look. So there is St John's Church. We can't get into it, but what a fantastic looking church. It's absolutely beautiful. And then we've got the cemetery here. It literally goes all the way around the church. But just look at this. These are 150-year-old graves, pretty much still standing upright. The graveyard's beautifully kept, I have to say. And you know, pretty much everything is readable. I mean, look, Mary Ann Wilden of the High Wood, 1887, aged 90. Now that was a flipping good age to get to back in the 1800s, I can tell you. And then we've got some more here. We've got the Harris family, so there's two graves here which are both for Harrises. This one is for James and Anne, who were 46 and 71 respectively. And then we've got this one, which is for Martha, who was their daughter, and Edith, who was the daughter of a couple of other people who died aged just 8. So yeah, we've got sort of some families here as well. But I'm going to take you into the newer section because there's something stunning here which you need to see. Okay, so I'm here in the new section, and of course, as you will know, sorry about the wind, it might be disrupting the audio. As you will know if you followed me for a while, my policy is not to show the front of new interments because it's still very, very soon for the families of the departed who are in this section here. But the reason why I brought you into here to have a look is when I turn the camera around, and again we've got a lot of sunlight, so just look at that for a view. I mean, isn't that just stunning? Some gorgeous Staffordshire countryside, and the camera won't pick it up, but it's just amazing. We've had some rain here, so everything is quite lush and green, but it's a very autumnal day, as you can see. I would imagine come the summertime this lot will just be absolutely glorious. I could stay here all day. But let's go and have a walk around the churchyard. One thing I did notice about the new section in this churchyard, which you don't often get, is there are markers for future reserved grave plots. Now, generally speaking, if you reserve a plot, it'll be reserved and nobody will be put there. Nobody will be buried there, but this one actually does have an official marker for each reserved plot, which I found quite interesting. Right, I'm just at the church door, so let's just turn around and have a look. I'm terrible for going too fast, so do let me know. So there's the doorway. And look at those, look, got some beautiful terracotta tiled entryway. And then there's benches sort of either side, stone benches. A little notice board there. I'm just coming around the side here. It's a bit of a quagmire, but you can see this window doesn't have stained glass, and quite a lot of the windows on this one don't have stained glass. Oh, that wind is coming. Anyway, let's walk around the top end. So this, I think, is probably going to be one of the very older sections, but there is some newer stuff in here too. Let's just show you this tower. Look at that. Absolutely gorgeous. So we have a memorial bench here for a couple who were buried just to the left here. I'm not going to show you again because it's a fairly recent interment. And then the further round we go, Andy and I have already walked around here. We've got some older families here. Charles Rideout, 1929, and Hannah, his wife, died within a few days of each other. Look, March the 6th, 1929 for him, and 24th for her. May they rest in thy peace, O Lord, and awake to a joyful resurrection. That's nice. Again, we can just about see a little bit of that view. So something else that I did notice when I walked around here earlier, as you can see here, it looks like a small chapter house or a little chapel. And then of course in this light as well, you can see the beautiful colours in the tiling on that roof. It reminds me a little bit of Barton Cemetery, the chapels in there. Look who's come to join us again.
Hi.
Have you filmed the village hall?
Yes, village hall and a few other bits and bobs as well. So
excellent.
Yeah, the Marchington video will be out very soon.
Cool. What else have we got around here, Andy? Have you spotted any others as you're on your way through?
Can't say I have.
Oh, well, you're helpful. Oh, now you see we've got a couple here that aren't particularly readable. And these are obviously in the very oldest part. Let's have a look. What else have we got around here? Yeah, just some more very, very old ones that are not terribly readable. What's this one here? Nellie, dearly loved daughter of James and Olive, aged 12. So she passed away in 1930, aged 12. You can see a little bit about a recent rain here as well. Look, I don't know if you can see, it's pretty waterlogged. Oh, just got a wet foot. And just here, look at these crosses on the side of the church here. There. I wonder if I can get a peek into that little... Oh, this ground is very squishy. Don't think I can. I think it's a little bit high. I was just wondering if I could get a peek in, but I don't think I can. Lovely little addition though. And there's again that tower. Let's carry on. Now we've got memorial stone here. The stone was laid by Reverend James Riddle, MA, Vicar of Hanbury, sorry, 1858. But I think that this church has had a couple of extensions. I mean, the clues are in the architecture. Let's just come around here. As you can see, we've got this bit here, this bit there, and then look, the original church ending sort of there. So must have had an extension, I think. But yeah, I just wanted to share this one with you because it's just such a pretty little churchyard. Oh yes, there was one I forgot. I did see this earlier. So this is for John. This grave is for John. But then on the side of it, it mentions Rosa, his wife, who died February 2nd, 1943 in Wairala, Australia. And I've never ever seen that on a grave, where it mentions somebody that's died and been buried on the opposite side of the world. So yeah, there we go. So I can't find any Commonwealth War graves in here. That's not to say that there aren't any, but I didn't see a sign or anything like that. What do you think to this one, Andy?
This is very nice, isn't it? This is probably one of the nicest churchyards I've ever come across, especially when you consider that just standing here, if you turn the camera around,
yep,
you get that amazing view. I'm assuming you took a
yep.
shot of that earlier while I was down at the village hall.
Certainly did. It's just stunning. And it's so quiet here. And
It is quiet.
very, very peaceful.
It is.
So, just to add on to the Marchington Woodlands Church of St John, we have come down to Marchington village, and I am now at the Church of St Peter. And I'm just going to turn the camera around so you can see the front of this church. It's a church, let me just move back actually. It's a church that's been built in the Russian Orthodox style, and it looks like a very early 20th century building. So when we turn around, you can see we've got like a dome belfry with a weather vane up the top of it and a clock, and then directly above the door, oh sorry, a bit of a walk, directly above the door, which is a bit sort of wonky, very charming, there is a war memorial in ever grateful memory of those who laid down their lives in the Great War 1914 to 1919, and Andy disputes this because he considers it to be incorrect, and there are 15 names on there, and then in the middle this guy is St George, notable because just underneath him he's on top of a dragon. He's defeated the dragon. But let's go and have a look around this church and churchyard. As you can see, it's a fairly big one and it goes all the way around. But let's go have a look and see what we can find. So whilst TVI takes 5 minutes, I've just moved around the side of the church here and some more of the burial ground. There is a new section sort of here, it's cremation section by the look of it, and I am far enough away that those stones can't be read. But then around here we do have some pretty old stones, and again it's another fairly well kept churchyard. But let's just take a look at one or two of these. So I've got one here that's leaning slightly forwards. So this one is in memory of Maria, the wife of the late John Hollingsworth of Newfield Green, Marchington Woodlands, November 12th, 1869, age 65, having a desire to depart and be with Christ, which is far better. And then as we go around the back of the church here, we've got some newer graves again here, but again we can only see the backs of those. And then here we've got again some quite old ones. So on the back here we've got Mary Ann, the wife of William Ballymore, I think it is, or Gallimore. And I can't read the dates on that. The script is just, beyond my sort of comprehension to read. It's in very old English script. And then let's move further round. And again, we've got another new section here. We've got some older stuff again, as I said, mixed in with the new. And then look at this. Oh, now this is a family plot, but it's obviously going to be quite difficult. Let me see if I can get any closer. Okay, so you can't actually read this gravestone, and I can't get into it because it's all gated and fenced off. But this is for the Calvert and Gillett families, or family members. I can see a date of 1877, I can see a date of 1831. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, at least 6 people, at least 6 interments in this plot. Let's just walk around it a little bit. There seems to be no way in. It's and it's obviously been overgrown because it's been cleared recently. We can see here we've got the fresh sort of stump ends there. Yeah, that's interesting. And what we got here, let's just try and get around here a little bit. I'm just being very mindful because it's been raining quite heavily and I don't want to get wet. Look at this teeny tiny one here. Now this has got to be an infant or a small child. Kathleen Annie, beloved daughter of William and Edna. Now there's no dates or anything on it, but with the size of this I would say an infant or a small child. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at the one that Andy's looking at, or stood in front of.
What, this one?
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you a bit about this one.
Okay.
This is Thomas Hall, in loving memory of Thomas Hall, who died October the 7th, 1884, aged 57 years, and also Anne Hall, wife of the above, who died May the 6th, 1909, aged 75 years. Thy will be done.
So again, that's another quite tall headstone. That's about 4 foot, and that seems to be a theme. You know, looking down the churchyard here, we've got a lot of them of a very similar height. So again, you know, the Victorians and their ostentatiousness. There we go. But yeah, this is quite a fascinating little churchyard. Lots of history in here, and a lovely looking church actually. I haven't seen one in that sort of style before, but it definitely makes for some interesting history. So let's just turn around and take another brief look at it. I don't know how much you can see.
You can see from this distance how wonky that door is, can't you?
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, another lovely little place. Right, so that is me now officially done with churches. Because even if I come across another one, I'm not going to film anymore, because I have got some, like I said earlier, got another video coming up which is something slightly different. But yeah, 2 churches, quite different, within a couple of miles of one another, and yeah, definitely cool place to come.